Hey, Dave.
Hey, Chris.
Welcome back to another fine edition of Rated Gen X.
Rated Gen X podcast.
I'm happy to be back.
I'm your co-host, Dave.
Chris sitting right here as well.
That's right.
I think we're finally getting the hang of this.
I mean, we've done this once or twice.
Are we recording?
We are recording. I have that mirror that shows.
That is awesome. Well, welcome back to a new episode. We're gonna get a little prankish today.
Pranksters.
Yep. We're gonna talk about childhood pranks and overall mischief.
General 80s pranks.
None of which
Gen-Xers.
I think would really, at least for us, I don't think, and our audience can obviously weigh in, but I wouldn't say that a majority, if not all, of our mischief and pranks were anything that really were, damaging or would get us in lots of trouble with the law.
I mean, there were a few, I guess, ones that you heard about that might cause a little damage, but we never did any of those.
Yeah.
And that's not sarcasm. Like
trespassing, maybe.
Okay, yeah. But like I knew, like, I wasn't going to go egg somebody's car or house because I knew that's going to mess up somebody's car and I'm going to get in trouble. So stuff that was going to cause damage, I didn't mind causing someone inconvenience. There we go.
And I think one of the pranks that I'll get into in our episode, we did a little bit of research on, I remember. And we didn't talk about this before this. I just recalled. I was like, oh, yeah, I remember doing that. And it's like, but
all right.
We did research to make sure that what we were doing was not, overly, damaging or would cause, havoc or anything like that. Just cause a little bit of chaos.
Right.
But, yeah.
It's kind of like unsupervised, but with guidelines. We were... happy we were happy to inconvenience somebody, but not damage anything.
No, so I think it'll be a fun episode, and we'll touch on a few that maybe we didn't do, but were popular at the time.
Yeah.
I mean, believe it or not, especially the 80s, there were some pranks that were common, and I think some of those are really no longer applicable because of things like technology.
Right. Right. All kinds of technology.
Yeah, but it's
like the Ring camera.
Oh my goodness. Can you imagine? And maybe there would have been some legal consequences.
It might have
been.
Might have been.
But I don't think that there was any real harm in that. Just not the type of people we were. But
right. And again, if you've got a prank that you did or something as a kid, or one that you heard about, something that you may have allegedly done.
That's true.
Hey, tell us about it in the comments. We love comments.
And we can love them without condoning or saying go out and do those things.
We can say, "Oh yeah, I heard about that." I'm not gonna judge you. I am in no position to tell you that what you were doing is right or wrong.
Different time we are in, and
right.
What we're bringing to you is history. So
yes, it's a historical perspective on mischief that may or may not have occurred.
That's true. Some of this
may be
made up
of your hosts.
I like it. Shall we get to it?
Let's do it.
All right.
I will hit the intro and then we'll talk about it. All right.
Hey, Dave.
Hey, Chris.
You ready for a special episode of Mischief and Pranks?
I am. I just got to tell you, I love that intro music. I like it. I like it a lot.
I mean, you did pick it.
Yes, I did. And I listened to, I can't tell you how many things I listened to. I was like, no. And I heard that one, and I was like, oh. And I saved it. I favorited it.
Yeah.
And then went and listened to a bunch more, and I came back and I was like, this is the one.
I think you did really well.
For
honestly.
$7,
We own it.
we own the rights to use it. Now,
I think well, all of it. The logo, our conversations, the music, it's all good. I know at some point we're going to do some
And the set.
photo updates and the set. I think it'd be really cool to plexiglass the top and just fill the top with like pictures and memorabilia.
oh yeah. I tell you what, I saw somebody do one time. I may have mentioned this
Mhm.
before. Ticket stubs.
Yeah, concert ticket stubs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just ticket stubs to anything, games like pro games,
Yeah.
minor league game, whatever. One of my baseball coaches who passed away last year, a former baseball coach, I remember going to his house, and because he would have the team over to do stuff.
Yeah.
And he did really well. He was in the mortgage business. He had a coffee table, good sized coffee table, and under the glass on the coffee table were all these ticket stubs of games and concerts and stuff that he had been to, and I was like, that's
a cool
awesome.
idea.
And so I've got ticket stubs I got ticket stubs as far back as 1986 when we went when the baseball coach at the time took us to 2 Mets games.
Nice. You think is that the oldest ticket you got?
I think 86 is the oldest ticket that I have.
I don't know how far back. I'd have to look. We've been doing some cleaning up lately and reorganizing of like storage and garage stuff. So I found a lot of interesting things.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I know our Christmas episode, I brought my
Yeah,
10
Star
of
Wars,
little
yeah.
Star Wars action figures.
And you found some pictures that you've sent me.
I have. And yeah, so things like that. I found a stack of excuses for getting back into school from senior year. Parking lot passes, remember those?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I had a nice.
I have
stack
an
of those.
unused. It's probably in one of those bins over there, from Coach Brown's classroom, because I inherited his classroom.
Yeah,
And it's one of the notepads that has the like the name and the excuse,
Yeah.
and whatever the little boxes checking the signature of the teacher. It's the pad of it, where it like peels
Yeah.
off. I've got a whole pad of those. Now it's not from when he was there because it says 2000, like 20,
yeah.
and he was there till 92 before he left.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, no, I still had some blank ones for getting back in after those long lunch breaks. Speaking of mischief, but yeah, I think so. Today we're going to talk about just kind of growing up pranks and overall, as I said, mischief of what were the things that we kind of got into as we got round and about. And there were some things that were pretty popular, especially in the mid to late 80s.
yes.
That I think may have been around even before then, but if it's something good,
Oh, I'm sure that
why
was
change?
around before that. Right.
But there's the traditional, rolling somebody's yard with toilet paper,
Right. In different parts of the country, they call it TPing.
TPing. We just call it rolling.
That just doesn't sound as cool.
Mm-mm.
We're going to TP somebody. Oh, you going to make it look like a Native American village? Like, what are you talking about? No, toilet
good.
paper. Where you just take toilet paper, you throw it in people's trees.
You got to get high too, right? You can't
gotta
make it
get
where
it
they
high.
just walk through and just pick it out. I mean, it's got to be a good arch. Baseball
Yeah.
players were great, so you were really good at it.
I
And getting
enjoyed
a good,
rolling people's house.
going up and kind of ideally over the tree
Right.
would be nice. And then along with that, sometimes would be a good old forking.
Right. Where you take plastic forks and you just stick them in the ground. And we came up with
That's
one.
brilliant.
Right. We came up with one. I don't know if we actually came up with it or we heard about it or something, but what I would do, like I would, throw some of the rolls for a while,
Mhm.
and then I would go back to whatever vehicle we were in, and I would get boxes of Kleenex, and I would just walk around the yard going, Because, in the early morning dew, the Kleenex goes,
It just gets gnarly. Now, what about
forms to the grass.
What about and this came a little bit later, but what about the addition of just taking the laundry soap, the powder, and just sprinkling that in the front lawn so that they get that extra little touch the next time it rains?
Right.
And could be a few days, could be a couple of weeks.
Foams up a little bit.
But somebody is going to ask, what the hell's going on in my front yard?
Right.
That was one of my favorites, actually, is
I don't know that I'll have to bleep that.
just, yeah, I didn't even know I said it. Sorry. It just naturally rolls right out there, doesn't it? You're lucky it's not more than what it is. No, I think that, I'm sorry. I just get rolling, man.
Speaking of rolling, one thing that we found a little bit later on was even better than toilet paper. The barbecue restaurant where we worked would save the receipt tape because there were 2 receipt tapes. One would print off that you would tear off and give to the customer. The other one just stayed in the cash register. There was like the main one, and then it fed onto an empty spool that would eventually, wrap itself around the spool, and then you swap it out. Anyway, they would save that register tape, and they would keep it for a year, something like that. Well, they let us have it,
and they had some weight on them.
Register tape has good weight.
It's a good one.
And it's not going to break. Sometimes the toilet paper would break when you throw it. Like you throw it and it'd like break as you threw it and kind of. It's like, oh, man. Or it'd catch on a limb and it'd break and the rest of it would just kind of roll. So you had
Wasteful.
Waste of energy.
Yeah.
Register tape, on the other hand, was not going to break. You roll off about 8 or 10 feet of it and then just throw that thing, man. I remember rolling somebody's house.
Yeah, well, it could make it over the roof of a house, and
we mummified my youth minister's house with register tape.
And if it did break for some reason, you could just pick it up and rethrow it again.
Right,
like it would still be good. But with toilet paper,
sometimes it would rip or tear or like dent something like that, and it would
just be wonky. And or if it was late at night, which typically these occurrences were.
These were all at dark. Let's be honest.
There'd be a little dew on the ground, and once toilet paper hits that,
it's over.
You're not going to do much more with
register tape. That's the way to roll, people.
Yeah,
I mean, it was just that register tape was brutal. Now it may have been easier to get out too, to take down, because it's not going to snag as you take it out. I don't know. I was never on the undoing part.
I thankfully
I was only on the doing part.
Never was a receiver of rolling. I had other pranks done, but not that one. So
you did.
And like any good prank, it can go too far. Which for me the line I think was roadkill.
Okay. So one of our
you had to be a really special person to warrant us picking up dead animals.
One of our managers at this barbecue restaurant, we drove around and we scooped up roadkill and put it in a trash bag in the bed of my truck.
Oh, it was awful.
So we're riding around with skunks.
I feel like we had 3 things.
Yeah, we had skunk.
We had a possum, I feel like.
Right, possum, that was the one. What is the ladybug?
And I feel like we had a raccoon. I think we had 3 unique.
It was either a raccoon or a squirrel. It was something with a bushy tail.
Yeah. But
that thing's up on our side.
All awful. I mean, everybody likes our podcast. Where
or
did it
her.
go?
I didn't mean to assume its gender. But yeah, we scooped up roadkill, and we left one on the front porch.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't we put one on the HVAC unit?
Yeah, we did. We started this off by telling people we were good kids. We didn't do anything too bad.
I mean, there's no damage.
That might be the far end.
It's just inconvenient and unpleasant.
Yeah, very. I mean, it was unpleasant to
damage.
pick it up. To be fair, I mean, we did get it off the road.
We were doing a public service.
Removed it from being unsightly as people drove around.
Right.
So technically, maybe a good thing, but
Public
I
service.
don't know. But yeah, I think that that was one. You know, one I never did do just because maybe that was my line too. Is the old flaming doggy do on the front step.
I heard about that all the time. Never knew of anybody that did it.
Yeah,
Where you put dog crap in a bag, light it on fire, knock on the door. Somebody comes to the door, sees something on fire. They stomp it out. And then obviously they've stomped.
likely in their house shoes.
Like, or maybe no shoes at all.
Or barefoot. And if you've ever gotten duty between the toes, man, we all know how that feels. Maybe. I don't know.
I've had that happen.
Same. It's awful.
I'm pretty sure I've had
That's demoralizing, right?
baby crap between my toes.
Your baby's crap on the floor?
I mean, if there was an accident on the changing table or...
All right. I guess that could happen.
Yeah. That stuff goes everywhere.
I mean, that I agree.
You got grandkids.
I don't have to do that stuff anymore. Yeah, I don't... Hands, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yo, shirt, all that stuff. I don't remember stepping in it, though. That's always been a pet.
Pets, yeah. Maybe that's what I'm
But
thinking.
it's just it's awful either way. I don't care who it comes from or what it comes from.
I've stepped on pet in the middle of the night in my
that's
socks.
terrible.
And you're like, oh, what is that? One other prank that I didn't do that I saw a lot around here was over at Century City here in Nashville.
Yeah.
The fountain, putting Dawn dish soap in, one of these big fountains at one of this big business park complex. The fountain would go, and people would just dump whole bottles of Dawn in there. So, it would just foam and lather up, and there'd be all this foam everywhere.
Was that you and me, or was that me and your brother that did Gaylord?
I don't think it was me.
Gaylord is a very large, what used to be called Opryland Hotel here in town. You don't think it was you?
I don't think
All
it
right,
was me.
Then I'm pretty sure it was me and your brother. Occasionally, if you've ever been to the Gaylord Opryland, and you're familiar with the indoor
The Cascades.
river system, we thought it would be cool to be one of the people that sudded that. Now there are fish in there, right? So we were aware of that. We didn't want to do anything that was going to harm the wildlife. So we actually, and this is what I mentioned in the intro, we did a little bit of research. So if we're going to do it, we're going to use something safe, and just a cup. We'll walk by the little, if you're familiar, there's little areas where there's like little streams right next to where you're walking. Very easy just to kind of lean over a little bit, pour a cup
Pretend
of
to tie
detergent.
your shoe.
Yeah, just easy, right? It's going to go down. It'll go to a little fountain area, and ploo, we'll have a little bit of bubbles. Yay, we did it.
Bubbles.
When we did it, we did not know that there was an intake for the waterfall right about 10 feet past where I put it in at. So it got recycled. Up to the top of the little two-step waterfall, I think that's in, I'm not sure which room it's in, but it's where lots of people go to take pictures.
I think it's the Delta.
I think it is. I think it's a Delta, but there's a little two-step waterfall, and then there's a pool there. And within about 10 minutes, as we're looking this way, waiting for the little bubbles to come up, oh, this will be cool, we start seeing maintenance people running this way. And they seem very busy and talkative and talking on the radio and everything. And as we eventually turn around and look behind us, there is this gigantic bubble mountain that has formed at the bottom of the waterfall, and it has taken over all of the sidewalk around the waterfall up under it. It was glorious, but no fish were harmed in that.
And there's no evidence that this happened because nobody had phones with
it's
cameras.
well past any
Statute of limitations
on that one. But
we've said that a lot.
We have that
on this podcast.
Yeah, of suds in water fountains. That was my peak, and it was beautiful.
Now, one rolling story that I started to say when we were prepping for this a few moments ago, that I didn't. There was a girl at our church that we were going to her house to roll in Goodlettsville. Okay. It was me and three other guys. So it was me, my brother, and two of my brother's friends. Okay. That we were going. And we had 106 rolls of toilet paper.
Oof.
And she lived in a townhouse. Okay. Now, so we are getting off of Vietnam Vets Parkway onto Conference Drive. You know, like you would go cruise the mall.
Yeah.
So you get up there and you go right to go cruise the mall, which I heard Rivergate is done now.
Same.
But to go to her house, you would go left. So the guy that was driving turned left. And it's a divided road because it's a bridge over Vietnam Vets.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a big median. He's driving right at the median. Of course, all of us are going, "You're driving at the median." You're just yelling. So, which way would you swerve?
I mean, probably to the right.
That's what one would think. No. He swerved to the left.
I mean, was he English?
Nope. He swerved to the left. Okay. So now we are on the wrong side of the road. We're like, dude, just do a U-turn. So we're going to do a U-turn. There's this, and I don't know why I remember this. I just remember that. There's this Chevy Astro van that's driving at us. And so you're like, we're kind of stopped, and we're waiting for him to go around us.
Yeah.
No. He drives and comes up and stops 10, 12 feet from us. And of course, we're all in there like, all right, douche, we're on the wrong side of the road. You don't have to be, in the car. Okay. Door opens up. Police officer just got off duty. Still in uniform.
Fantastic.
Still in uniform. Walks up to the car and starts just giving the third degree to the kid driving.
Yeah.
And so then he starts talking to all of us and questioning all of us. He wants all of our ID.
Mm-hmm.
And me, I'm 18. None of the rest of them are. So anyway, I'm sitting in the back. He's like, ID. So my brother's getting out his. The other two guys are getting out theirs. And he said, I need to see your ID. I said, sir, I'm not driving. I don't think you need to see my ID.
Of course you do.
Of course I did. And, the mag light, this far from my face. I don't care what you think. The old school 80s cop. And I'm like, yes, sir. Handing my ID. And so he starts, yelling at us or whatever. He goes, and you, I'm going to get you for contributing to the delinquency of 3 minors. I'm like, oh my gosh. He said, if anybody in Goodlettsville gets rolled tonight, I'm coming after y'all for. So we're scared to death. We didn't, but we thought about driving around Goodlettsville to see if anybody had gotten rolled to take it down.
To clean it up. Oh my gosh.
But we didn't. And, at first, he's like, what are y'all doing? You're on the wrong side of the road. And he looks and sees all this toilet paper in there. And one of the kids, one of my brother's friends, he was like, what is all this? And, we're all smart, Alex. He goes, I just really don't feel good. I just needed some extra. So, this kid, I don't know if he still does, but he drove a truck for UPS for a long time.
So he got better at driving.
He got better. Well, no, he was in the passenger seat.
Oh, okay.
The kid driving, I think, is no longer with us.
Okay.
But yeah, so we had 103 rolls of toilet paper and nothing to do with it. I think eventually later on we used it somewhere else, but that was a
40 years later. You guys are driving around like with gold basically in the back seat.
Oh.
108 rolls of toilet paper in 2020. That
Yeah.
you've done well.
right. we could have bought a car. Hey.
Oh man,
Trade.
those are like fun stuff. Were you ever into? I think we did this for a little bit. I think at my house, prank calls
Oh,
back before *69 and caller ID and all that stuff.
I remember prank calling somebody from your house, pretending to be. I'm not like. I can sometimes do voices okay. I could do the voice of one of the local DJs in Nashville pretty decently. And so I pretended to be this DJ, and I remember dialing somebody and said, name all four of the Beatles. And the guy rolled them off. John Paul, George, Ringo, And I was like, great. Call us back here at 103 KDF to claim your prize. And we hung up. And who knows, that dude probably called 103.3 KDF when it was rock and roll station. Now it's country.
I answered the question.
Yeah, Carl P. just called me. And no, he didn't.
That's wrong. I think I was pretty simple with that. I was more like the calling as a service person. Do you have a refrigerator? Is it running? Better go catch it. That was so stupid.
My kids said that to me a couple weeks ago.
Did they? See, it's
Yeah.
a good one.
They're like, Dad, is the refrigerator running? I said, no, it's operating. They're like,
You're the best
You're no
dad
fun.
ever.
you're no fun. I was like, dude, I know all your tricks. We use these.
Yeah.
That joke is old.
The I don't know. I don't think I remember doing them. But I mean, sooner or later there was always a parent around that would stop that kind of stuff.
Right.
But it was always like this little goofy stuff like that. But
Because you could just grab the phone book or just dial a number.
yeah, I mean, I remember using the phone book looking for unique names and stuff like that.
People with the last name Butts.
Butts. The Butts family had a rough time for a few
Yeah.
months there. I feel
Yeah,
like
they
were
did.
getting a lot of phone calls. Totally unfair. But yeah, I think there were a couple of things that I saw on here that I did not
Participate
do.
in.
But corning, tossing handfuls of field corn at a house's front door or windows. That doesn't seem very fun.
I wonder if it just makes like that, like sounds like gravel.
Yeah, could be maybe, or it's just weird when you step out. I don't know. That
like stepping on Lego when you.
maybe if you're barefoot, right, that would stink. That
Corning.
and then
Sounds like cookware.
spaghetti tree. This was a
I
popular
never
prank
heard.
involving arranging cooked spaghetti to look like it's growing from a tree branch or plant. That's a lot of effort because you got to cook the spaghetti. You're just wasting food. So that'd be like egging. Egging. I was never a big fan of egging.
Never a big
I
fan
always
of
felt like
egging.
that could potentially damage something.
Right.
Um,
But I heard the whole thing, put bologna on somebody's car and it'll pull the paint off.
yeah. No. I was more of a whoopee cushion,
Yeah.
fake poop, fake vomit. Those were good.
Fake snakes.
Fake snakes. I remember I was and just being the good sibling that I am. I remember fishing with my brother at the lake, and I don't know, he'd probably gotten me good at some point, but I had a nice little 4-foot rubber snake that I hooked into my fishing line, and I walked a few yards away, threw it out in the water. And as I'm walking back toward him, I play the whole thing. I got something, reel it in. He's coming closer. I'm getting closer, reeling it in. And I let that bad boy get about 10 feet out, and I just yank it, and it flies out of the water, and it hits him square in the chest. Freaked him out, man. I mean, the scream and yelp that came out of him was fantastic. But
I imagine his scream would be very different now.
I'm sure. Yeah. I don't know if it's a scream. I think it's just more of a low moan. Got a pretty deep voice. But yeah, that was a good one. I remember too. We had some manager that we worked with. Apparently, we were hard on managers.
We were hard on managers. But you know what? I think that meant that we liked them.
Well, and it did. I liked this manager.
I wasn't going to prank somebody that I didn't like because then they would know it was, that we had ill intentions.
And I don't know what provoked this, but somewhere along the way, one of us had the idea of like, I don't know if we were just stopping by to pay a visit and they weren't home, and it's like, well, how do we let them know that we were here, right? Because we didn't have anything to write a note. We didn't have phones. It was Christmas time, I think. I don't know. Let's take their door wreath and give it back to them at work just so that they know we stopped by. That's a brilliant idea. And they lived in an apartment, and I remember we took it. I feel like it made a little bit of noise. For whatever reason, we eventually had to take off running. And so
probably just 'cause.
Probably.
Somebody's going to see us.
But so we get this off. We go down the steps, and we just...
And I'm sure that running down the steps was not quiet either.
No, none of it. It was all ridiculous. But we take off, and, again, we don't want to run directly to the car in case somebody sees us. So let's go around. And part of going around meant going down this hill back to, like, the little entrance drive. And at the bottom of that hill was a little, kind of like a little wooden fence,
like
right?
Split rail fence.
Yeah.
Kind of that, yeah.
And somewhere along that run, going down the hill, I slipped.
Somebody slipped.
And I go directly through that fence.
Through it.
So now the fence is broken. So now we have, property damage.
Now we have damage.
And it's like, oh no. And so now we are running even faster. We do get back to the truck. We don't get caught.
And we returned their wreath at work.
We did. Hey, we stopped by your place. You guys are probably going to get some new fence on that drive up the hill, too, by the way. Unrelated. I think that was the stuff that we were more in tuned to doing. I did try to be a bit of a prankster, like, in my 20s and 30s, like, getting into, like, pranks at work and stuff like that. And, And eventually that had to stop.
Because you were in a position of authority, and that was frowned upon.
Apparently in HR, you can't be the leading prankster at work. But I did have some good
You're
ones.
the reason that people have to go.
I mean, most of those policies are pretty legit. I mean, they've got to be in place. But you're
the reason there are more HR policies.
This is probably true. I'm really good at it. But I'm always looking for opportunity. That's to be a good prankster, I think you have to look for opportunities. So, like, there was one day in the office that a bat had gotten in, right?
A bat.
Legit. Bat got in. Everybody, oh, bat. Everybody's kind of flipping around. But we capture the bat. The bat is taken care of. Bat's no longer in there. But the bat is on everybody's mind. And I'm thinking,
how can I capitalize on this?
Stage is set, man. The stage is set. So I'm thinking, how do I create, like,
a bat?
Right? So my tools, what I had at my disposal, was a coat hanger and a trash bag. So I take the trash bag. I take the trash bag and I cut a little square out. I take the coat hanger, I rebend it, make it long, put a little hook in it. And then
metal coat hanger.
Yeah, metal coat hanger. And then I just tie a little bow with that square plastic, right? And I put another ring at the other end of the coat hanger and put my finger through it. And if I go like this, that trash bag goes. So, first,
This is great. I've never heard this story.
First, I'm like, all right, the stage is already set.
Right. Everybody's freaked out about
How
that.
do I set it even better, right? So I proceeded to walk through 2 floors of the office building, telling everybody, there's another bat. Did you hear? Accounting said there's another bat.
You're baiting them.
Oh, it paid off really, really well. So then I let that sit 15, 20 minutes. Let everybody get comfortable again doing their work. And then I proceed to just run down the hallway going, oh, my God, the bat. And behind me, I've got my finger through that little thing, and I've got the bat right here, and I'm just
and it's following you.
And everybody hears it. And all of a sudden, it's like I've got like this group of people, mass evacuation of the
panic
building.
wave.
and because I'm like, go. And then I'm behind them, and all they keep hearing is the flip. And if they look back, they see me doing this, and I'm looking up, and of course, nobody takes the time to look at it.
It, like, does a trash bag.
They just see this flapping black bat that's chasing off. Dude,
that's fantastic.
97 people evacuated the building because of a trash bag bat. Oh, man.
Sorry, that's our director of HR.
Yeah. You probably wonder why I called you here today.
Apparently, my actions were frowned upon by upper management.
There were some unhappy people. But you know what? They weren't happy to begin with. So
maybe they could laugh about it later.
I hope so. That was a good one. I really
That's
like
great.
That. It is.
I've never heard that
It
story.
was really good.
Surprised you sat on that all this time.
I'm sorry, man. I really should have shared that. That was
But it wouldn't have been as funny because it's the first time I heard it.
I did get. I had a good run there for a little bit, and then I got counseled not to do that anymore.
Now, speaking of pranks,
Yeah.
my wife and a couple of her really good friends worked in the CVICU, very serious unit.
Mhm.
The people are really bad off that are patients in that unit. Oh, they just took turns scaring each other. Like hiding in the laundry cart. So somebody would
that
come
would
in
be
to
awesome.
throw something in there, and you go to throw, and then,
See, I like
So-
the
and-
jump
and-
scare to me.
and they all work the night shift.
Yeah.
So, it's night shift on a doom and gloom unit, and somebody's jumping out and scaring you.
See, I think that's probably really close to when people see police officers at a murder scene laughing in a corner or something like. I think it's a way to cope
It
because
may be.
you've got all that trauma and negativity, and I think that's probably like a coping skill.
And
I would
it
think.
probably is a good way to cope.
But I don't know. To me, stuff like that's innocent, and again, it can always go too far. But
Yeah, you can take anything too far.
I was a fan of like the whole animal stuff, like tying stuffed animals to like my ankle with like 20 feet of fishing line and just running.
We did
Those are cool.
saran wrap somebody's car one time.
Oh, that's a good one. That was on the list too, like saran wrapping toilet seats.
We did that
cars.
at church camp, but like nobody ever fell for it.
Okay.
Everybody always saw it. They were like,
I saw somebody saran. No, that was duct tape. Yeah, I mean, I feel
saran wrapping
like,
the car was fun because you have to cut it away to get in.
Yeah, I did see it was actually at UT. I did see a dude saran wrapped to a telephone pole. Fraternity hazing, I'm sure.
Yes.
Back when I don't know how
Was
it
that
is
when I was
now.
up there?
I feel like it was.
Yeah.
You just drive down the road and there's a dude
There's a guy saran
about
wrapped to a telephone
7-8
pole.
feet up in the air, saran wrapped to a telephone pole,
Yep.
just enjoying life. I had I've seen somebody duct tape to the ductwork in the ceiling. That was interesting too. But yeah, there's some hazing happened. Most
It
of it in
does.
good fun, but there's
Yeah.
again,
Obviously,
there's
you can take it too
always a
far.
line, yeah. and then somebody usually does. But yeah,
And there's rules against it. And
I think that again, yeah, and I think that's to especially you age and mature, you recognize that stuff can get out of control very
Right.
very quickly, and some of it was just never good to do to start with. But it happened. Couple of these others, I've rubber band on a sprinkler. Placing a rubber band around the rotating sprinkler head so it sprayed the same spot, soaking anyone who came by. I think if you're messing with fire suppression, that's a line I don't think I would ever cross. That
they talking about that kind of, or are they talking about the sprinkler in the yard?
Around the rotating sprinkler head. So I guess that's a yard. Okay, maybe I went a little too far with that one. But
Because usually those sprinkler heads that are fired don't rotate. They're just in the ceiling or something. They just spray all directions.
yeah, that little head doesn't spin. You've
Nope.
got some down here, right?
Nope.
So that's just a deflector then, I
Right.
guess. Okay, that makes
goes
sense.
every direction.
So maybe it is. Maybe it's in the yard, but if it's only spraying the same spot,
I feel like you'd be able to see that. Like
you'd
that
have
doesn't
to
sound
be,
like a
yeah.
prank.
Unless they come on and off. Something
maybe,
like that,
yeah,
maybe.
like they're programmed or something, like the Rainbird
Yeah.
pop up.
Ding dong ditch as a kid.
That's not what we called it, but
Yeah, same. Also not safe to do at my house. Dad
was a former police
really
officer.
quick to want to come out armed and tell people not to do that. But there were a couple people that did. Did you do that to my house at some point?
I don't think so. Like, why would I have done that?
I feel like my mom has a story, but she always says it to you, and I'm like, I don't think that was Dave. I think that was somebody else. I don't.
No,
I think you knew, right?
I knew better.
Plus,
Plus, it was
why?
you. Like,
Yeah, I was just say why you come in anyway. So,
right. I just walk in. I didn't have to knock. Your mom's
yeah.
like, quit knocking.
but I
Just
think
come on in.
Yeah,
So.
I think that happened on occasion, but not. I wasn't too big. I wasn't too big on lots of stuff I had to run from.
Right.
But yeah, I was more the fun. I'm more the, fake bat kind of dude.
Right. There is one rolling story that I started to talk about before we started videoing. So, there's a very nice neighborhood, well-to-do neighborhood. Brandywine.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what it was called. Just in Nashville, Old Hickory area. Big houses, big yards, nice neighborhood. Well, there was a kid that we knew that lived there, and we were going to roll his house. So we did the roll, we did the fork, we did the tissue, we did all of it. And there were probably 10 or 12 of us. I had my dad's van. My dad had a full-size 1976 brown Chevy van. Now, it had a 350 with a 350 turbo transmission, and he had the interior carpeted and stuff like that because we would take it on camping trips, which I think we've maybe mentioned before. So anyway, we parked the van next door and left the back doors open. So the back doors didn't set the interior light off. Okay, so we had the back doors open. Somebody else, the rest of them, I think there were 6 or so of us in the van, and the other 4 or 5 were in a car. Okay, and the car was parked at the next door neighbor on the other side. So anyway, we're doing this.
Not suspicious at all.
No. We're doing all this stuff, and all of a sudden we hear the door, and it's probably 11 o'clock. We hear the door open. Are you coming? And turn around and see this guy in, he had like shorts and a T-shirt on. Not wife beater or anything, but just shorts and a T-shirt. And he's got a huge pistol, like Dirty Harry looking pistol. And we're all like, oh my God. So I take off running to the van because I'm driving it. I got to get it going. I run and I just dive and slide Pete Rose style from the back of the van on that carpet all the way to the front. I got carpet burn on my elbows and stuff like that. And I fired that thing up, and I got it in drive, and I got 1 foot on the gas, 1 foot on the brake, and I'm like, come on, come on, come on. I'm yelling. You know, everybody's jumping in, and the last kid to jump in, his name was John. He jumps in, and I bet he got maybe 1 foot landed in the van. And my brother's back there, and I stomp it, and that thing takes off. And apparently he starts to come out of the van. My brother, since he's back there, grabs him and pulls him into the van and just basically pulling him into the van, laying down. And he hung on to my brother for a good 20, 30 seconds because he was just
the doors are still open, right?
The doors are still open, and I'm yelling, close the doors, and I'm sure he's back there thinking, I almost died. I don't care. Close the doors.
You hit the brakes, they'll close.
Yeah, but you had to close them.
Yeah, time it right.
Right. Because it wasn't just two independent doors. One had to close first, and the other one latched into it. So you had to close them right. Close the doors. And so I'm flying, and we got out of Dodge. But so that was.
Did that kid ever follow up with you and
I'd
give you any details on?
I don't know that the dad recognized who we were.
Okay.
And I don't know that he would have, even if we would have stood there, but hi. I mean, maybe if I'd have said my name, he might have known.
Yeah.
But just seeing me across it, because he had a big front yard, across his front yard, and he didn't know because I never heard anything else about it. Just us talking about it, going, "Do you remember when that? Remember that?" So.
I mean, I wonder if he went back inside and thought maybe that was a bad idea. I mean.
I feel like he was, don't quote me, but I'm 80, 90% sure that he was some sort of judge in Davidson County.
Okay.
So I'm not sure that he was real worried about, was that a good idea?
Yeah. Well, and I mean, my dad did it, so it's kind of it was just a thing.
That's just what you did.
If you were being mischievous, you could have a gun waved at you.
You could.
Occasionally, somebody may take a pop shot up in the air. I've never been directly shot at. I have had someone fire one into the air, ground, one of the two. It's effective.
I don't think that I've had one fired in my presence that wasn't at a target or something or hey, I'm about to shoot that. It was. I've never had a warning shot of any kind.
I had one, but I was probably in my 20s, and actually it was just probably. I don't even remember what I was doing, but I don't think I was doing anything. I may have been maybe just somewhere hiking that I wasn't supposed to be.
I may have fired a warning shot.
Maybe.
Perhaps.
We'll confirm or deny. That's all right.
As the kids now say, it be like that sometimes.
Sometimes it do. But yeah, I think, man, I'm trying to think of what else. Again, different times. I do remember to see the fireworks downtown one time, jumping the fence at FedEx and climbing on top of one of their trucks.
Oh, okay. I wasn't.
No, that was probably not cool.
I mean, I've got.
And when I said earlier about trespassing, that's probably.
I've gotten on plenty of buildings to get a better vantage point for different things.
This one was pretty good, but again, I've also gone to the wave pool after hours, after season. That's enjoyable. It's cool. It's kind of like an abandoned.
Right. The water's not there.
Water park. I mean, there's a little bit of water.
Well, yeah, not all.
like you don't want to go off the end of the slide or anything.
Right.
But that was just exploratory. But again,
right.
Someone catches you, doing something like that. Yeah, that's. I understand that's trespassing.
I've heard that there are tunnels under the Opryland Hotel.
I've heard the same thing. It's interesting. It's one of the quickest ways I've heard to get from one part of the property to the other.
I've been in the tunnels. There's that. I've been in the tunnels, allowed when I was teaching. We had business partners that would partner with our school and do whatever. So we did a training over there, and we actually got to walk in some of the tunnels. And the whole time I'm going, I know where this goes. I may have been down here before. But didn't I mention this? I've got the name tag.
Yeah, you did.
I have the name tag.
It's like, so it's a purpose.
So
no, that was, I can't.
We
really,
have lots of Opryland Hotel stories.
I can't really.
We're gonna have to have just an Opryland Hotel episode.
Yeah, and you know what? Some of that probably pushed some lines.
What do you mean push some lines? Well, no.
All right.
Some of the stuff
let me rewrite history a little.
We
bit,
can
right?
only we can only say allegedly happened.
Yeah, allegedly. We can tell the stories of our friends that used to go to Opryland
Yes,
Hotel
stories of our friends.
Very good place to meet young ladies,
especially during the cheerleading competition.
Like the cheerleading competitions. That was. I mean, I was really into cheerleading for a couple of years.
I was, yes.
Kept up with stats and all that
yes.
stuff. That
I knew what all the little moves were called.
Yeah. No, I think that was fun. There was there was always a couple of like youth type conventions and competitions.
Yes.
That just made that fun to go and hang out.
Look at this guy. Like, this guy's relentless.
Well, you just keep relocating it.
I mean, I'm trying not to end its life on camera.
I think there might be 2. Maybe more. I don't know.
Log cabin.
Anyway.
You get ladybugs.
We're getting close on time.
Yep.
What do you think about... I'm supposed to come up with a question this time,
That's correct.
All right. Let me just check my little stopwatch here. Let's see what we got going on. Oh, there we go. There's my stopwatch. All right, a question. Oh, my goodness. And I want it to be prank related. Book of answers. Let me see. I'm really trying to get better at asking better questions.
That the book of answers might accommodate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking if I'm going to ask an attorney a question, that's kind of the thing I think of. Let's see. All right. So.
You know there are directions on the back on how to use this?
We've been using this book for like 18 months, and now we're going to read the directions.
Let's take 10 to 15 seconds to concentrate on your question.
Oh, okay. Well, that's what I'm doing.
Questions should be...
Do you want me to read that?
No, I was doing really well. Questions should be phrased closed end. Example, is the job I'm applying for the right one, or should I travel this weekend? While visualizing or speaking your question, one question at a time, place one hand palm down on the book's front cover and stroke the edge of the pages back to front.
Dude,
this seems
that's
very
a different kind of
inappropriate.
podcast. I was like, what kind of book is that?
When you sense that the time is right, open the book and there will be your answer. Repeat the process for as many questions as you have. Got questions? This book has the answer.
How have we sat on that this long?
How did I not realize?
That's why we're not getting the answers we need. We're not stroking the book.
I'm not doing that. You can put your hand on it.
No, I don't want to touch it anymore now. I mean, who had that book before you? Did you get this at like a Goodwill or something?
No, I got it from somebody I know. I trust it.
All right. What do you
think? They were moving offices and they were cleaning out.
Okay. So all right. I'm going to leave that alone.
All right.
All right, I'm contemplating my question. Now you just... That's dirty, man.
I've just followed the instruction.
All right.
Now I feel like I can't see that. I put my readers on for a minute.
Have we passed the peak of
Pranks?
Pranks being funny.
Have we passed the peak of pranks being funny?
Yeah, I don't know if we're a world where pranks really have a place. But are we past the point of pranks being funny?
All right. The outcome will be positive.
I hear a no.
I think pranks can have a positive impact on
I
things.
hear that there's a need in the world for more bats.
You know, sometimes you just got to lighten up. Maybe that's the message. Just lighten up.
I like that. That's
Lighten
a good
up.
message. Lighten up. All right. That was fun. That was a good episode, man.
Yeah.
All right. I got nothing else. I
think that's great.
We got our answer. We're good. Nothing we said could be held against us. And again, don't go out doing this stuff. It's silly. It'll cause you trouble. Maybe you can do the bat thing.
Well, in today's day and age, there are cameras everywhere.
Oh yeah, just don't do anything you want.
I can't imagine trying to roll somebody with a Ring camera, and
you'd be all over everything.
You'd be all over social media. It's like, look what these kids, you know.
Yeah.
But but then I've also seen some adult, some Xers who are like, to the kids doing donuts in the parking lot, blah blah blah. I have a suggestion on how to do it better. Sorry that Karen came out there and was giving, it's like these are kids have, there's not a whole lot of damage. It makes it look a little unsightly, your parking lot, but by and large, not doing any harm.
I mean, you gotta be smart too. You gotta pick your place or something like that.
Yeah.
Don't do it in the neighborhood school parking lot with houses, watching you. Go to the local.
Go to the wave pool parking lot.
I was gonna say, go to the local pool that creates waves that is really empty and away from everything. I don't even know if it is anymore. I haven't been over there in a very long time, but I'm assuming there's not much else built in that immediate.
There's a skate park
area
in there now.
Ah, okay.
It's like a pool.
Yeah.
So there's a skate park. The greenway goes right by there.
Yeah.
And they've got gates where 75% of the parking lot is gated off when wave pool is not open. So when it's seasonally not open.
Makes a lot of sense.
Because
probably some of us that helped create that.
Out of season, they've got we got the curbs or I don't even know.
Yeah, it's not the same.
Right. So people can still park at the skate park or can go play disc golf or whatever. They have a place to park, but it's not triple the amount that they need.
Gotcha. You like disc golf?
I enjoy it, but it frustrates me because I just play with a frisbee, like a regular frisbee. I don't do all the driver and the putter, and I know some people that are really super into it.
Same. I have a driver and a putter.
I have a set. My mother-in-law got me a set.
You have a whole set.
It's a driver, mid-range, and a putter.
Okay.
It's still in the plastic.
Yeah.
Because
I went to play it against sports, and I bought used ones. But I have two putters, two drivers. So if somebody wants to play with me, they've got them. But I enjoy it.
I like it.
But I enjoy throwing frisbee.
See, I would much rather just throw frisbee than play disc golf.
That's probably a true statement, but that's a different episode.
Yeah, it
I
is.
guess. All right. Awesome. Thank you all for joining us. Don't forget, subscribe. We want to hit that 100 mark at some point soon.
I feel like once we get the 100 mark,
it's on.
It'll just start rolling.
Got my resignation ready.
At least that's my.
I'm kidding.
We got 100 subscribers. I'm out.
That'll be the one thing that gets back to my job. Is Chris said.
Chris said once we get 100, he's out.
Done.
I think he meant 100,000.
There we
That's
go.
what he meant.
Sponsors. There we go. Then I'd probably have to consider.
I would love to be sponsored by Ford.
Dude, I don't think we'd be very picky at the moment. I mean, we probably have some lines somewhere, but let us test them. Give it a shot.
If you have a product that you think might be borderline for us, hey, reach out. Give us
We're
a
already
shot.
rubbing on books. I mean, it's only going to get better from here.
We didn't realize there were directions where you had to stroke the book. And that's exactly the wording that it used.
That's all right. That's good. But yeah, like, subscribe. Check us out on Spotify if you need the audio version. And yeah, we'll be back.
Bring
for
us
more
along with
next
your
time.
commute.
That's when I listen to most of my podcasts, except for
Yeah.
ours. I do like to watch ours because
Right.
I'm always critiquing myself too.
Well, some of you had to watch the timelines because I'm showing pictures and stuff like
this
that.
is true.
I don't guess you
It's
had
enjoyable.
to, but it enhances the experience.
I agree. Well, thank y'all very much.
Thanks
We
for
will,
coming,
see
and we
y'all
will
next
see
time.
you next time.